Today we are with Mr. Scott Oliver, and we will be asking him some questions concerning the modern-day slave trade and his opinion on the topic. So, Mr. Oliver, does modern-day slavery still exist today in your opinion?
Yes.
Does modern-day slavery exist in the United States, California, or San Bernardino in general?
Yes.
What is its impact? What do you think its impact is?
Let's see. How does it impact our society? I think probably the first thing that pops into my mind would be women, and how we live in a county in San Bernardino that's one of the or a city, San Bernardino, that has one of the largest populations of women that are being exploited, which very, very much looks like slavery to me.
What is your opinion? Do you think it is wrong, or how do you think it is wrong?
Well, I think that we're all given a certain right to live the life that we choose to live, and when that right is taken away from us, then that population of people ends up being exploited.
And what do you think should be done about it? Do you have any opinions on the matter that we could change?
Well, I think that probably real simply is that if we, as a society, if we were less greedy and more conscious of our brothers and sisters and what we could do to lift them up rather than take advantage and suppress them, we'd probably be moving in the right direction.
Thank you very much. I am Grace Shoemate, and this was Mr. Scott Oliver.
Hi, my name's Claire Shoemate, and today I will be interviewing Mr. Guerrero on the topic of modern-day slavery. Mr. Guerrero, do you think that modern-day slavery exists today?
Yes, I do.
What do you think its impact is?
Well, its impact is very dependent on regional locality. So the major cause of it is the migration of people from the southern border across into the United States. And so the areas impacted by that migration are the areas that are the most greatly impacted. And it's primarily defenseless young women and boys that are sold into slavery for sexual purposes by the coyotes.
When did you first hear about today's slave trade?
I became the most aware of it after I read a book by Assemblyman Tim Donnelly, and he chronicled some of the things that he observed when he was with the Minutemen on the border.
Why do you think slavery is not a thing of the past yet?
Because we have overwhelming evidence that it still exists.
Do you think that there is anything that we can do to stop or bring awareness of this event?
Well, bringing awareness would be the solution. So I don't think that most people think about it. If they think about slavery, they think in terms of the period leading up to our own Civil War. They don't think about the global impact of slavery, and certainly don't equate it to the United States anymore. So in that context, if you're not aware of it, you can't take action.
Thank you very much for allowing us to interview you.
Hello, I'm with Miss Carroll, and I will be asking her some questions on what her opinion is of modern-day slavery. Who do you think, Miss Carroll, does modern-day slavery target? Can it be anyone?
It can be. It's mostly our young people that are searching for something that they don't really even understand what they're looking for, but that can be taken advantage of.
And why do you think slavery is not a thing of the past? Why do you think it is still incredibly dominating today?
Because it's still working. There's still people out there that are vulnerable, and people can use it to their advantage and make money from that.
What do you think should be done about this?
It's such a broad question. I think God's people need to stand up and get involved and just be whatever needs to be done. God's people need to be the ones that step up.
And why do you think it is wrong? Why do you think people continue to do it?
I believe that probably the reason they continue to do it is because of money and power over these young girls, and just think that there are so many vulnerable kids out there that there's just a never-ending supply of girls that need that are looking for someone to care about them, and they take advantage of that.
And one more question: why do you think we should care?
Because these girls could be our daughters, our granddaughters, our sisters, and they need our help.
Thank you very much. This was Miss Carol.
Hi, I'm here with Brandon Van Dyke, and we are going to be interviewing him on modern-day slavery. Brandon, do you think modern-day slavery exists?
Yeah, it certainly does exist in incredibly staggering numbers. So reports say that there are more individuals, men, women, and children in the slave trade now than there has ever been at any point in time in history, just in terms of sheer numbers.
Does modern-day slavery exist in San Bernardino?
Yes, it certainly does exist in San Bernardino. In fact, San Bernardino County is like a hub for the modern-day slave trade, so it's definitely a very big issue here.
What is something that students can do?
Yeah, there are a ton of things that students can do. Getting the word out is great. Awareness is great. Being aware of the signs, so know kind of what people do as they are seeking to solicit people into the trade, And I think there's ways to get involved in terms of social media. You can start a social media campaign, as well as you can fundraise. There are great organizations to get behind. There's, Rachel's House down in San Bernardino. There are just a ton of options to get involved.
Why should we care? Does it impact us directly?
Yeah, it certainly impacts you directly. When you think about it, there are millions of people your age who are being impacted by this. And the thing that is so, difficult with slavery, it's like most commodities. Once they're used once, they cannot be sold or used again. Once it's consumed, it's consumed. However, an individual can be sold multiple times, many times, over and over and over and over again.
How did you become interested, or why are you interested in modern-day slavery?
Yeah, I'm interested in it because I care for the rights of the individual. I feel like those are, inalienable rights, as it's been said. And I believe that regardless of where you were born or when you were born, we all have these rights that are given to us by our Creator. So that's why I care.
Thank you.
The Constitution demanded justice and the blessings of liberty for all. However, today there are more slaves in the modern-day slavery trade than there was during the Civil War. This needs to be stopped, and these people need to have their voice heard.
We are at war with ourselves. In the 13th Amendment, it says, "Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for a crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction." There are 40 million slaves held captive against their will across the globe. In about 167 countries.
Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet, sweet, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing down chariots, won't you let me ride on? Swing down chariots up and let me ride. Oh, rock me, Lord, rock me, Lord. Come and easy. I got a home on the other side. Whoa, 6 white horses standing side by side. Oh, 6 white horses standing side by side. Oh, rock me, rock me. Come and easy. I got a home on the other side. Swing low, swing low, swing.